Thanks for coming back to the Bigfoot Society podcast. I have the privilege of having someone very special on the podcast tonight. I have Mr. Matt Farley, correct?
That's right.
That's
Hello.
right. And you may have heard him different places, but I'm going to go ahead and let him talk a little bit about who he is and what he does, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my name is Matt Farley. I live in Massachusetts, and I always wanted to be a songwriter. And I was in a band called Moe's Haven back in like college in the late '90s, and then
Okay.
for the next 10 years after college too, we were putting out all these albums, and nobody was buying them at all. I mean, so little success. But by around '08, I noticed that we were making a tiny little, like, certain songs were earning us like $2 a year. And it was always
Nice. Nice.
the songs that had weird titles. Weird,
Mm,
if you had a song called like I Love You,
okay.
nobody's buying that song because it's like, every song's about love. But if you have a song called Pickle Sandwich,
Yeah.
people were finding Pickle Sandwich and buying it. And I was like, and then like a little light bulb went off in my head. I was like, don't aim for the big topic that everyone's looking for. Aim for the little topic that a few people are looking for,
So
and
smart.
you'll stand out. And
Yep.
so then I spent the next 12 years releasing 20,000 songs like that,
Oh, man.
where the topic would just be something really specific. Like I have several albums about food, and each song
Mm-hmm.
is about a very specific food. And I have like an album about household products,
Oh,
window
yep.
cleaning spray. Someone's out there looking for a song about window cleaning spray. And
Someone. Yeah, yeah, totally.
yeah, and I've had, the six sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't hit, sometimes it doesn't hit for years, and then boom, it hits. For instance, with
Yes.
the Paranormal songs, I put those
Yeah.
out in 2011.
Yep.
Nobody noticed them for
Okay.
years, and then
Okay.
maybe just, I don't know, 18 months ago, I started noticing that a lot of people were making TikTok videos
Mm-hmm.
of
Yep.
the Mothman song specifically. And just, I mean, just this weekend, the Mothman song was on like a big Spotify Halloween playlist. And
Oh, no
so
way. Wow.
yeah, it got like 25, 30,000 streams just over the weekend, which it's not life-changing money, but it's just like, cool, I'm making a little money off of a
Yeah,
song
yeah,
that I recorded 9 years ago. And
yeah.
that's me.
To put it in perspective, so if you look up so the CD that Matt is referring to, if you look up the artist, the Paranormal Song Warrior on Spotify, the top song is the Mothman Song at 236,000 streams or plays. That's
Yeah,
that's pretty
that's
intense,
not
dude.
nothing. Yeah,
That's intense.
I'm
That
real
doesn't
happy with
count the
that.
TikTok stuff.
Oh yeah, I know. That's just
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
too. A lot of the other sites don't tell you the numbers, and I'm a
Mm-hmm.
big stats guy. But what did you say?
Yep.
240,000? Is that what you said?
236,000 for that Mothman
All right.
song on Spotify right now.
So that means the Mothman song has earned me about $900. Just on
Yeah.
Spotify. That's amazing.
Thanks,
Because
Mothman. You brought
so
down a
you
bridge, but
never
you're
know.
paying my mortgage.
Yeah, you never know what's gonna hit. And so I don't aim for like hits, but I
Hmm.
mean, that's big for me. I mean, Kanye West
Oh
would
yeah.
be humiliated if he only had 240,000 streams, but it's good enough for me, especially when you have 20,000 songs.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you've got 20,000 fishing poles out in the pond, and every once in a
Yeah.
while there's going to be a fish on them that takes it down. You just reel it in. So that's pretty sweet. And I would assume you have like you can listen to your stuff on more than just Spotify. Like you probably have all of the streaming platforms, I would guess, or how do you
Oh
do that?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I use There's a company called CD Baby, and they're just like
Oh,
a
yeah, yeah.
distributor for
Okay.
indie music, and they send my stuff everywhere. Amazon is actually lately Amazon earns even more money than Spotify,
Really?
because a lot of
Oh wow.
just everyone's got an Alexa, and they'll be like, Alexa,
Yep.
play the Johnny song, and then
Yeah,
boom,
yeah.
there's a song where I just sing the name Johnny over and over again. Yeah.
I get into these like super I'm gonna like consume everything that the person I'm interviewing has done. And in this case, it's impossible because I was like, I don't even want to figure out how long it would take for me to listen to 20,000 songs one time.
Yeah,
It could take years.
yeah.
I don't know. It
I
is
think I did
nuts.
the math. I think it's like 24, 25 days of around the
Oh
clock
man, I
listening.
could have done it. I could
Yeah.
have done it. Oh well. Next time. I actually, so I want to get a question in from one of the Patreon members before time slips by. It's actually about the Mothman song. So Greg asks, when was the first time you thought to yourself, I think I have something here, when writing The Power of the Mothman, or just in general?
Well, the whole album was recommended to me by my friend Charlie Roxburgh, and
Hmm.
we've been friends since college. We make movies together, and
Oh,
you probably would enjoy some of those. Especially, we have one called "Don't Let the River Beast Get You." It's currently
oh,
on
intriguing.
Amazon Prime,
Really?
and
Okay.
yeah, it's a good old fashioned monster movie. We have like a full size monster suit costume.
Oh man.
It's a heck of a good time. But and it's around the time we were making that movie, and he was just like, you should do a paranormal album.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, he was like, sometimes on Coast to Coast, they'll play like songs and about
Yeah.
different topics. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll spend a week and a half churning those out. But Frank, I mean, I know that Richard Gere movie had come out like
Yep.
a few years
Mothman
before then.
prophecies.
So
Yeah.
yeah, awful. I tried watching it recently. I could not. About 20 minutes in, I was like, man, sheesh. You got this great character, the Mothman, and I'm so bored right now. What a shame. But
Well, there's some people that really like it, some people that don't, and yeah,
okay, that might have been
it's
a controversial.
no, it's cool. It's cool. Don't leave, guys. Don't leave.
I'm sorry.
You're
Look,
good. You're good.
I'm glad the Mothman got a movie. That's awesome. That's
Yeah,
awesome. It just
he's breaking into the big leagues.
Mothman is exploding because so
He is.
basically in 2011 when I'm making that album, I had this dim knowledge of that there was that Mothman movie, and so then I just checked a list of like paranormal
Mm-hmm.
topics. I just went on
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Google and Mothman comes up, and I'm like, well, gonna have to do this. But I mean, it was really a factory situation. I look at my creativity as just you're working in a factory, just like, all right, what's the next song on the list? All right,
Right.
let's have some music. Let's read the Wikipedia page about the Mothman. All right, and okay, there's a bridge involved, Point Pleasant's involved. Let's
Yep.
get a
Yep.
few rhymes and
I love
boom.
it.
And then I didn't think about the Mothman, for the next 8 years.
Okay, so you have a song about Art Bell. Like, there's actually some really cool topics in this CD. There's Art Bell, there's vampires, there's time travel, there's Ark of the Covenant, there's doppelgangers, there's pretty much anything, any weird thing that my listeners, I have some listeners that are all over the board. It's the song that you like, the topic is in this CD. You need to go check it out. You'll love it.
Yeah, the
It's
aliens
great.
built the pyramids is one of
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite ones.
ancient
That's got a
aliens, dude.
groovy bass line,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that I do the occasional live show, and we kind of extend that song, get the bass line going, and we do this pyramid dance where you just kind of make a triangle over your head, and like you're doing the Macarena, except you
I
don't
love
move
it.
your arms at all. Yeah.
Because you have an annual 5-hour concert. Did I read that right? It happens every year, October 25th or 26th,
It
around
happened.
there.
Yeah, that was this year's one.
Okay.
We had to move it. We had to move it outdoors
Mm,
because of all the regulations about indoor gatherings. But yeah,
yeah.
I can't believe we managed to make it happen this year. And Mothman was on the set list for the first time ever.
No way.
And Oh yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
it was fun. And for real, I mean, again, I'm just a guy in a suburban basement. I put on this
Mm.
one big show a year, 18 people, 18 people in the audience. So I'm not, I don't have any delusions of grandeur, but um, the moth of all those songs, there's no question the Mothman is the one that that
It's
seems
intense.
to have taken. I think it's just a mix between just the Mothman in general. You know better than me. I mean, am I right? The Mothman is is kind of becoming like a international sensation, right?
It I've noticed that over like the last maybe I would say, well, I've been getting into this over the last year, but yes, it's true. Like there are, uh, so there's certain subcultures where it, like they have adopted Mothman as like their mascot, especially on
Yeah.
TikTok. It is huge. And then, there's people like, Small Town Monsters, which is a documentary. Um, film producer house in Ohio, and they just came out with Mothman Legacy. So it's like
Uh,
very much in like the public right now.
yeah.
Everyone is super, super into it. And yeah, this is like
It's
it's the
beautiful.
right
Yeah,
time
he's
for
in
you
the
to have that
zeit.
CD. Yeah, he's in the
Yeah,
zeitgeist.
he's
Yeah.
in the zeitgeist. He's in the zeitgeist, and it's good for I try. There was a time when I would write songs about like athletes for certain sports teams,
Okay.
and so I'd like put out a whole album about teams in Chicago, and then a week later, one of the players would get traded, and I'm like, oh man, this song is already out of date. This is
Oh
awful.
no.
And so it was around that
Yeah.
time I was making a concerted effort, like, let's do songs that won't get old, And
Evergreen. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. And the Mothman never gets old. I mean, what
No.
a great story. And just the name too. I mean, there's
Oh
something
yeah.
about, I just love saying Mothman.
Okay, so I want to talk to you about TikTok. So, do you have a TikTok account?
No,
Why in the heck not?
I'm just
I'm
happy.
dead
I'm just,
serious. I'm dead serious.
yeah, I'm hands off. I'm hands off on the
You are
situation.
okay.
It's like all my songs are on TikTok.
They are. So
So that's yeah, so that's good for me. And I, so the songs are there, people can find them, but I think I would just by having a presence there, I would just mess things up.
hmm. I don't know, Matt. I think you might be surprised. I think so. If you could look, so we're just gonna talk about this for a few minutes, but look at like
Yeah.
guys that are performing music on TikTok, and they have it so like
Uh-huh.
the camera is like showing in there, can like talk to the people, and like,
Yeah.
um, you would get probably millions of followers, and then you could, since you've got the different incomes coming in, you could turn on the
Yeah.
TikTok creator fund.
Hmm.
Bam, it's party
Yeah,
time. But
you're
up to you.
probably
Up to
right.
you.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's just something about it feel um I'm this 42-year-old doofus in his basement, and I'm just happy. And frankly, it's just like
I love it.
I'm just happy to just do my thing. But it's
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I know my lane. Stay in my lane.
Okay.
My
Yeah,
lane
yeah.
is be in the basement, record songs. I have more hits on TikTok too. Is the name Poop Songs? Have you discovered any of those?
I was gonna bring that up because
Okay.
that comes up a lot when you look up your
Hmm.
name, and everyone is looking into the poop song. So tell me more about that. How does that work
Well,
out?
when it was all like, what are the things that kids might search for on
Mm-hmm.
music sites? And I was like,
Mm-hmm.
well, there's no question they're typing in the word poop. And so I
No
formed a
question.
band called the Toilet Bowl Cleaners, and I'm the only member of the band.
Oh man.
But I have all these great poop songs, and they're doing well. They're my most popular band. Um, but then I did another series where I would just sing a person's name over and over again, and that was kind of popular. And then I was like, what if we combine poop and names?
Oh
And yeah,
no.
that's huge. And so I've
Oh.
done 1,200 songs where I just sing a person's name followed by the word poop over and over again. And
Mm.
there are now
Wow.
thousands of these videos on TikTok. I'm getting
Mm-hmm.
messages daily from people with very obscure names, and they're like, please do my name. Just today, I did 10 of
Really?
them today. I did Roland, Esme, Elaine, Zaya,
Esme.
Gigi, Carwan. I mean, there's like one Carwan on Earth, but now I've done the song for that person.
I love it. Now his TikTok or her TikTok is the best because they can use that over and over again.
Yes. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you're from Massachusetts?
Oh yeah. Grew up
Yeah,
here
dude.
for sure.
Totally. Yeah. All your whole life you've been there, or?
I went to college in Rhode Island, which is
Okay.
just south of here, and then after college, I lived in New Hampshire for 10 years. But so I'm just a New England guy, though, all the way through.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I grew up in Northfield, out in Western Mass.
Oh,
for
cool.
like until I was about like 18 or 20, which Western Mass is a fun time. You're over in Eastern Mass, right?
Yeah,
Around
on the
Boston.
coast,
Yep.
just north of Boston. But yeah, it's definitely a different world.
It
Western
totally
Mass,
is,
and
dude.
yeah. And you got some UFOs out there too, right?
Dude, most recent Unsolved Mysteries, there's the
Right.
Berkshire's episode with the UFO stuff, which is
I saw
crazy.
that. It was a great one. Yeah.
It's a crazy episode, man. That is. Yeah, because I noticed your phone number is 603, and I was like, oh, that's weird. Because that's a New Hampshire.
That's New Hampshire. So I lived in New Hampshire, and I've sung my phone number in many, 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 many songs. I'm very open about my phone number. So then when I moved back to Mass, I was like, oh man, because it was a landline. And I was like, I need this number because whoever gets this number after me is not going to be happy.
They are not.
So luckily, I was able to port it, I think is the word, from the landline to the cell phone. And so that's good. And I get calls all the time from people who are very confused why I would sing my phone number in a song.
I love it. Yeah, I guess that's how my buddy got in touch with you for the Jeopardy. Oh, shoot.
Nice.
Dang it.
What happened?
Whatever. I can't remember if it's out yet. I may have ruined the surprise. It's okay. I'll edit. Power of editing. We'll continue. So, what is the weirdest thing that has come up in your life due to you performing and making all these songs? What's like the one craziest thing?
Well, I mean, the craziest thing is the Tonight Show called and asked if I would come to New York City and perform a song about. She's like, Jimmy found your song about Pizza Hut and he wants you to sing it there. And no joke, I was like, I didn't remember that I wrote a song about Pizza Hut because I mean at that point I had 18,000 songs.
Yeah.
And so I'm panicking. I'm like, oh God, what if she called the wrong guy? I'm like, I can write a Pizza Hut song.
Like I'll get that Pizza Hut song written. Yeah.
One way or the other. I figured out what song it was, and a week later I was in New York City singing a song called "Used to Be a Pizza Hut," which is all about how these buildings, they have the Pizza Hut roof, but they're not.
It's a good song.
Not selling pizza anymore. And so, I mean, that was great. And basically, anytime I meet anybody, I try to work into the conversation. Like, hi, I'm Matt. I was on the Tonight Show on August 30th, 2016.
That's street cred, man. If you're like on stage with Jimmy Fallon and he's a weird song guy, and if he thinks your song is cool, like that's saying something,
It felt great. And the Roots, the house band, the Roots, they ended up like going into commercial. They start playing the song. It sounded so much better than it was just me, piano and vocals for the performance. But then like Jimmy's like, we'll be right back. And then suddenly the Roots are like, used to be a Pizza Hut. And, that was like goosebumps. That was really cool.
Here's what we do. We speak it into existence right now that the Mothman song gets so popular that you get on Fallon again and the Roots have to play Believe in the Power of the Mothman, all rootsy. That would be so cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, frankly, Mothman song's better than the Pizza Hut song. That it's got that good groovy bass line, boom, 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 boom. It's just like it's in your face. It's unapologetic.
It's so
And I
good.
mean the refrain, believe, believe, yes you can. Like I sometimes on Twitter, like because I'm obsessed with myself, I'll search "believe power Mothman," and there's
Yeah,
so many people who just like tweet that
totally.
phrase.
Totally. No, it's like the little cryptozoology content creator group we have, dude, it's our mantra. Like seriously, our lives would be so
Oh,
terrible without it. So thank
someday I'm
you.
gonna meet someone with a tattoo that says "believe in the power of the Mothman." Oh,
Have you I
that
bet they're out there. If Have you Googled it, or I bet they're out
I
there, dude.
haven't, but I mean that's it. That's like that's when you that's cooler than being on the Tonight Show.
Dude, for real. Um, can I ask you a question that's probably pretty lame and you've been asked it
Yeah,
before? Is that cool?
yeah,
All right, cool.
yeah.
Are you any relation to Chris Farley?
No, no
Oh,
relation to the great Chris Farley,
oh,
but I'm a
okay.
big fan of his work, and it's even worse for me because not only do we share the Farley, but like one of his most famous characters from SNL is Matt
Yes.
Foley,
Oh
down by the
no.
river. So
Oh,
there's
double
a lot
trouble.
of confusion about that all the time, and so
For real.
and then yeah, then I'm like I have an IMDb page, and like I got mixed up with some
Mm.
guy who's got my name and was also in a bunch of Rob Schneider movies. So
Oh
people are like,
no.
"Wow, you're in a Rob Schneider film?" I'm like, "Nope, different
Nope,
guy, not
not at
me."
all.
The,
That's where I
the
draw the line.
only movies I'm in are the movies I make, but nothing wrong with that.
That's right. That's awesome. Um, how long can you take me through the process of like how long do you take to create a song when you know you've got to like make a ton of them? Like
Yeah,
how does that like time wise? How does that work?
yeah. Well, I mean, it depends. It could be just like if I'm in a real rush. Can you hear this? Can you hear that piano or no?
No, that's
No.
unfortunate.
Anyway,
That's incredibly unfortunate. That's all right though.
maybe you can hear it now. How about now?
Okay. Yes, I can hear it
Yes, I
perfect.
can hear it perfect. So, just it could have, if I was feeling lazy that day, I might have just been like, Mothman, oh yeah, rescuing people, trying to at least from a bridge, oh yeah. And many of my songs are like that, and sometimes I regret it, because obviously I'm not working as hard as when I'm getting a drum beat and multiple
Yep.
instruments. Yep. But then the crazy part is, hang on. Ugh. Sorry.
You're
Sometimes the
good.
crazy part though is that people end up liking those songs. Like
Yeah.
you never know
Yep.
what's gonna get people interested. So there's that, and then I mean, if it's the Mothman song, it's I got to do that for a minute and a half, and then then I just set it to drums, and I'm like, and then I probably haven't even written the lyrics at that point, so then it's fitting some lyrics in, and then I do multiple vocals too, because I think in the refrain there's like
Mm,
multiple of my voice. So I mean
okay.
that one probably a 40-minute ordeal start to finish, which is pretty quick, for one song. And then I mean at that time I still had a full-time job, but
Mm, okay.
I devised my life in such a way that I had a few days off every week where I could just work
Nice.
on music, and um, I'd seriously put 10 hours a day,
Wow.
into churning them out, so you could get
Wow.
10, 15 done without too
Yeah.
much trouble. But it's cuckoo, it's crazy
Yeah.
because it's like I was working more or less on music for 17 years before
Man.
I could make it my full-time job. And like anyone else, I
Oh,
think just about
wow.
anyone else would have quit a long time ago,
Oh,
you know?
man, hats off to you. You
Yeah.
didn't, dude. That's so
Yeah.
cool. And so this is full
Thank you.
time for you now then?
Oh
Is this
yeah,
full time?
since
Wow.
yeah, since 2017, it's
Oh
been
my
full time.
goodness.
Um, just with the money coming in, like I said, I'm
Yeah,
still in a suburban basement, but the goal was never like to be like a rich superstar. It was like
sure.
give me like a teacher's salary, for
Mhm.
music. That's all I need. And
Yeah.
so I do custom orders for people, and then the streaming, and you add it all together, and I'm staying afloat.
That's awesome. Have you ever looked into Cameo?
Yeah, I've looked at it, and
Okay.
I just do it myself. People just pay me through PayPal, and
Makes
I'll
sense,
write
makes
an
sense.
original
Yep.
song.
Totally makes
And
sense. Yeah.
frankly, what's
Yep.
cuckoo is some of these celebrities are charging more than me just to say like, "Hi, happy
It's
birthday," and like,
crazy, dude. Yeah.
and I'm writing a full, complete original song. So
Oh, wow.
it's a much better value what I'm doing for people, I
Oh,
think.
totally. Yeah, yeah, for real. Thank you for or taking us behind the scenes of the Mothman song, by the way. Like that was incredible how you just like broke apart all the parts, and I want to like make sure I say thank you for that. That was very cool and special. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
cool.
I'm honored.
Yeah. Um, is there ever is there ever a thing where so you've done songs about ghosts and Bigfoot and poop and weird stuff, but is there ever a thing where like you have drawn the line? Like someone will be like, "Can you do this?" And you're like, "You know what? That's no, I can't."
Yeah.
You know?
Well, not too much. I'm
Mhm.
despite all the poop songs, I at least try to keep it wholesome,
I like
like
it. Yeah.
I sing poop and pee and puke, but I try to stay away from the naughtier words, for the most part.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, but I generally like, a few people have been like, you should do an album of songs about like illnesses, and I was like,
Mm,
I don't know if I really want to
I
sing.
don't know if I want to associate myself with the you know what, but yeah, that's
Or
good.
yeah, any illness. There's so many. There, I mean, like,
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
tuberculosis. Oh yeah, it's gonna get you. Like that. Like who's gonna enjoy that? Some guy. He's like, he's looking up how tuberculosis. He finds my song. I don't think he's
Yeah.
feeling better because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
However,
man.
I will confess, I have a song called "I'm Sorry You're Terminally Ill."
Oh
So
no.
there's that. Yeah.
Well,
But it's
that
it's
could
really an
be legit.
uplifting song.
Yeah, that could be a legit song, you know?
Um, it celebrates the fact that like when you're gonna go, which is
Mm, wow.
something to be happy about. Just a silver lining situation where for those who die without any warning, you don't have time
Yeah.
to get your papers in order and whatnot.
Wow. Totally.
I don't
I
know.
wonder if that has been ever been do you think your songs have ever been played at funerals? Like that's kind of weird to
I
think
know.
about.
I
Yeah.
know they have. In fact, yeah.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh.
Specifically, like, I've done custom songs for people
Ah.
who then have died,
Hmm.
and they played the custom song at the funeral,
Wow.
because the
Yeah.
song was like a nice encapsulation of like what that
Sure.
person was all about. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I did
Uh,
not see that conversation coming up, but we went for it. That was cool.
I was even commissioned to do a song specifically for a funeral, and that was,
Really? Oh
yeah.
man.
When the commission came in, I was like, I'm the poop song guy, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
they wanted it, and I think I delivered. I think I knocked it out of the park. Frankly,
That's
it was
great. That's awesome.
because behind beneath the surface of this silly songwriter is like a struggling artist.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Like I didn't set out for this life. I wanted to be the the next Bob Dylan, and here I am singing about poop. But I do from time to time write like honest to goodness, straightforward, good songs, and not many people listen to them, but it just feels good to get it out.
Awesome. I mean, and like, who's not to say that this is what the next version of Bob Dylan looks like? I mean,
Yeah, well,
maybe it
one
is.
thing, yeah, and one thing I like to do is kind of like demystify the artist. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of like fakeness about like the way artists are portrayed as these like deep people who are like struck with inspiration, and they're always like their personal lives are a mess and they act weird all the time. And I think that has nothing to do with the act of making good art. I think you can be a decent human being, like a good citizen who also is able to make interesting, compelling art. And so um, yeah, it makes it hard for people to respect my good songs when they see what a jolly
Yep.
soul I am. But
Yep.
if that's the case, so be it. What are we
Yeah.
gonna do? Yeah.
If you can't take me at my Mothman, then you don't deserve. You know what I'm saying there?
I know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, that's so. It's yeah, because like I don't know. Sometimes I'm feeling happy and jolly. Other
Yeah.
times I want to express some deep insight into existence. Like the one is not exclusive of the other.
Mm-hmm. Totally. Totally. Do you have a Christmas album? I'm gonna feel bad if you do. I haven't seen it.
Well, I have a couple. I have one where I sing 70 versions of "We Wish You a Merry Christmas,"
Oh my
and
goodness, I
each
feel
one
terrible.
is updated for modern food. Because no, who eats figgy pudding? No one eats
Oh, it's
figgy
so
pudding.
good,
So
dude. That's smart. Yeah.
instead of bring us some figgy pudding, I have bring us some chicken tenders, please bring us some chicken and then I do it
Awesome.
for 70 different foods. And then I have
Holy
another
mackerel.
one called Holiday Poop Puke and Pee Songs, where like I pooped on Santa's lap, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Hemorrhoid, stuff like that.
Are you kidding? No way.
No,
I'm
true
gonna
story.
listen to those tonight. That I
Oh,
will
great.
I'll just
Yeah.
stream them all night long for you. Like those are so
Yeah.
good. That's amazing. Um Holy mackerel. Dinosaurs?
No, maybe
Dude.
one or two, but not. And there's so many varieties of
Yeah, right.
dinosaur that that could be a whole album. Good
It
idea.
really could. Yeah. Have you ever considered revisiting the Mothman song? Or is it so good that you don't want to spoil it?
Yeah. No, I
No.
mean, I struck gold at that
Yeah,
that moment
you did.
back in 2011.
And
Just let it be.
Silver Bridge. So
Yeah. Oh,
it's
was that the name of the bridge?
it
Wow.
is, yeah. Yeah.
I feel bad that I'm not the Mothman expert. I'm really just a dabbler in compared to I'm sure many of your listeners, and I apologize, but I mean I think I got the key points in the song though.
It's actually like you really did. Like it is good.
Thank you.
But I had a
Yeah.
question for you. What do
Hmm.
you think? So when you're writing it, what is the power of the Mothman?
That's a good question.
What is it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what I was
Oh,
thinking when I wrote those lines. And yeah, it was really, not I know I just said that like artists need to demystify the process, but I'm going to contradict myself and just say
mm,
that that was one of those moments of divine inspiration where almost
yes.
unconsciously the muses were just flowing through me. And I didn't know what it meant then. I don't know what it means now.
Perhaps even Mothman himself was controlling your hands.
Yo, yeah, of
Whoa.
course.
Of
Yeah.
course. Jeez. Who knew? Who
I
knew?
wish. I mean, I've been to West Virginia a few times, but I didn't know about the Mothman at any point during my travels. And
Really?
now I just want to go to Point Pleasant. Have you ever been?
No, see, okay, so when I lived out in New England, I wasn't really into the cryptozoology stuff because it was a different time. Now I'm in central Iowa and like I'm into the weird stuff. So That's where I live now, but I'm gonna get out there someday for the Mothman Festival. Dude,
Yeah,
what if you could go to the Mothman Festival and play the Mothman song
perform.
live? That would
Ju-
be
I'll
incredible.
just I
That'd
put
be
me on a
let's
street
speak it
corner. I'll just sing it. I'll just sing that one song for
over and
hours.
over
You
again.
know, just keep it on
Dude,
a loop. That's fine.
open guitar case and it would be so full at the end. I guarantee people would, yeah, they better. But
Yeah.
oh man, Matt, this has been like super duper fun. Thanks for putting up with all of our craziness in the cryptozoology field with the Mothman song and just having a good time with it. Like we really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
I like this whole world. I love the whole
Mm,
cryptozoology world, and and like you said, it's just fun people with a good vibe.
mm-hmm.
It's like
Yep.
who knows what to do? What are we supposed to do with our lives? I don't know, but talking about the Mothman's fun. Let's do
For
that.
real.
So
For real, dude.
I'm with you 100%.
Yep. Love people and talk about weird stuff. That sounds good to me, man. Um
Amen.
what so let's say how do you recommend people keep up to date with what you're doing? Like, what's your, if you have social media, website, stuff like that, what do you want people to
Yeah,
do?
yeah. So on Twitter at Motern Media, it's like modern media except with a T.
Ah,
So
okay.
I tweet quite a bit, just constantly promoting myself. My
Nice.
personal phone number is 603-644-0048. If you want to just call me or text
Give it a
me,
try.
have a
Give it a
weird
try.
conversation. And otherwise, check. I think you guys in the cryptozoology world would enjoy. Don't let the river beast get you. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
it's free for Amazon Prime members right now,
Okay.
and
I'm going to
it's
check it
just
out.
a bunch of friends who don't know how to act making a feature length monster movie.
I love it.
You'll love it.
I
Yeah.
love it. That's awesome. It sounds like we're gonna hang out a little bit longer after the end of the episode, kind of chat a little bit more for the Patreon Bigfoot Society After Dark thing. So if you want to hear the extra time with Matt, you can become a supporting member of the Patreon, $5 a month, and you can hear that extra cool stuff. But again, thanks for coming on, Matt. It's been a good time, and everyone, we'll hang out with you next week. Have a good one.